So this movie fooled me with the trailer because it kind of leads you to be something that it's not. And normally that pisses me off, but I gotta tell you, I was pleasantly surprised with the outcome of this flick. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So we are talking about a movie called, in Norwegian, I believe it's called Huset. And then in English, it's called The House. Originally came out in 2016. I think it actually played at the Toronto International Film Festival, and it got pretty good reviews. And then I think it got released in March of this year. I actually had searched, and I finally found it on Amazon Prime, but then the motherfuckers weren't allowing it to be played in Canada. You can only watch it in the States. So I thought, well, Christ, what was I going to do? Because I needed the subtitles for it, because it's a subtitled movie. So I found it and rented it on YouTube of all places for $5. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. So, but I'll tell you, I remember seeing the trailer for this movie, and I thought it looked creepy as fuck because the trailer just shows kind of an exorcist style of a priest, you know, kind of exorcising like a little girl. And I thought, man, this is a movie I want to watch. But that was so long ago that I kind of forgot about it. So over the holidays, when I was doing my best of and worst of 2019 videos, one of you recommended, you know, this movie because in my best of, he said, how come you didn't include this movie? And I was like, I've never seen it. So I was on a mission to find this thing and watch it. So I thought it was a possession movie, you know what I mean? Like kind of like the Exorcist style, because that's what the trailer leads you to believe, but it's not. And I'll tell you, normally that pisses me off because I feel kind of duped a little bit where they try and sell their movie by lying to you. But I mean, I like this movie. Maybe that's wrong for me to say. I don't know. Like some movies do it. It doesn't happen very often, but they just made it look like a certain type of movie, and it really wasn't. But I mean, the outcome was awesome. Now, this is not a movie for everybody. Okay, so I liked this movie. I thought it was really good, and that is my opinion. It's not groundbreaking, and it's not going to fucking blow your socks off, but it is low budget, and it is killer. And I don't think there's any, well, there might be when her eyes change, there might be a little bit of CGI, but for the most part, I think this is like all practical. So anyways, let me read the synopsis here. 2 German soldiers have taken a Norwegian soldier as prisoner during one of the cold Scandinavian winter nights during World War II. They are thankful that they find a lonely house out in the wilderness, but the houses aren't that cozy after all. Okay, so it is directed by, this guy's got a killer name, man, like Reinhardt. It's either Kiel or Kill. It's K-I-I-L. And what actually attracted me to this movie is he did a Christmas movie in 2017. I'm not going to pronounce it in Norwegian, but if you translate it, it's called Christmas Blood. And I enjoyed that flick. It's about kind of like a slasher guy that goes bananas on Christmas and kills a whole bunch of people. So if you can find it, watch it, because it's really actually quite good. So when I saw he was the director of this movie, I was like, okay, and it's been recommended, you know, by one of my subs, so I'm going to be all over this. But I had a hell of a time finding it. But you know what? I should have just looked on YouTube first to see if it was a rent, because it's there. So anyways, I'm going to butcher names here. It stars Frederick Lucha, I think, as Andreas, Mats Reinhardt as Jürgen. He's kind of like the head SS officer, and then Frederick plays. He's kind of like a what do you call him? A paratrooper, I guess, a German paratrooper. And they kind of meet up on the scene here in the opening scene. And then I'm gonna butcher this guy's name. I apologize. Sondre Larsen plays Rune, and he's the Norwegian soldier that they kind of take prisoner. So, but like the synopsis says, like the first act, we're introduced to these 3 guys, and it's pretty much just these 3 people. I mean, there's a priest in it, a little girl, and some other people, like in flashback sequences. But it's more or less they take refuge in this house, because obviously it's wintertime and it's fucking cold out. And I mean, I don't want to give spoilers for this, but it's so hard to talk about it without giving any. But it's like, well, I'm going to give a spoiler. Okay, so if you don't want to hear it, plug your ears. and count to 10 or whatever you want. So, but it's not a possession film of this little girl, okay, who I guess technically is, but the house is possessed, okay, and it's awesome. You know what I mean? Because the house is a character in the movie. And again, this is very low budget, okay? So don't think you're going to be seeing like poltergeist movie style effects or anything like that. I mean, this is very simple, like, you know, doors slamming and chairs rocking and stuff like that. But I mean, it is effective. And again, I really did like this movie. And again, when I saw the trailer, I thought it was a possession film, and it kind of is. You know what I mean? But I don't want to get into the third act, because when you get the reveal of what's actually happening here, okay, I know that I said the house is possessed and they go through this kind of a time loop. And I just got done reviewing a movie called Nazi Undead, and the same thing happened there, where this couple gets stuck in this vortex, and they keep playing the same scenarios over and over and over again. And there's no fucking ending, and it's just a fucking terribly scripted, poorly directed movie. But this movie here, we actually get the reveal as to why this is happening, and I can't talk about it because, I mean, you just have to, I mean, 2 or 3 times in this movie, you're going to change your mind as to why this shit's happening to these guys. And I don't want to say anything else other, you know, more than that, other than it's not a possession of this little girl, more or less. It's the house is its own kind of entity. And, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. So definitely watch this movie, though. To give it a rating, I would probably give this like a really strong 6.5, maybe even a 7. I like this movie. Now, again, I said this earlier, not everybody's going to like this. You know what I mean? Because, again, it's not, you know, a super huge budget. Like, it's not like the Poltergeist where there's ghosts and shit flying all and CGI. I don't, like I said, the only CGI that I saw was her eyes changing color, and that was it. So the rest is all practical as far as I could tell. And it really worked in this film. So anyways, if you have seen this movie, let me know what you think of it. Again, it's called Huset, Huset. And then, you know, the English translation is The House. It came out in 2016, and it just got actually released. Like when it came out, it did the festival circuit and all that sort of stuff, and it just got released for rent back in March of 2019. So anyways, if you have seen it, let me know what you think. If you haven't, please, you can find it on YouTube, and it's got subtitles, English subtitles. It's $5.99. I mean, give me a fucking break. Give these guys their money, because they're pumping out some good fucking movies. Go watch it and then come back and let me know what you think if you haven't seen it. So, man, oh man, you know, again, I was totally surprised. I thought I was going to be watching like an Exorcist style movie, and it's totally not, but it totally works. And I really did like this flick. So make sure you check it out, guys. And until next time, stay scared.